After the longest time of calling this Slamboree 1994, we watched Slamboree 1998.
Yeah.
If I accidentally say it's 1994, feel free to correct me.
Yeah, sure.
So, intro package was quick, to the point, and music was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, nice.
For the whole time, they were like saying that Vince McMahon was going to be going to WCW to face Eric Bischoff, which I think everyone knew that was not actually going to happen. Do you know why that was brought on? And do you have any idea? Was it?
I think it's just because he was on the Monday Night War. That was mainly it.
Wasn't really a big fan of the promos, but altogether this event was actually was actually pretty good. And let's get started on the first match, which was Fit Finlay versus Benoit for the United States title, I believe.
Television title.
The television title.
It was a tremendous match. Finlay, there was a bit where Chris Benoit did a suicide dive. Finlay had a chair, hit him in the face.
Hit him in midair. Yeah, suicide dive. Benoit tried to do a suicide dive, hit in the face midair. That was a brilliant spot. You don't have wrestling matches like this nowadays. No. It's
great chain at the start. It was kind of, in my opinion, the perfect wrestling match.
I mean, what I find with Finlay is that every time I see him, I keep on thinking he's going to disappoint me. Why is that? Do I think that? I don't understand.
I think it may just be you associate him with Hornswoggle.
Yeah, that probably is it. Or if I'm ageist, which I don't think I am. No. I mean, I like old people, but I might be secretly. Might be secretly ageist, who knows?
We like William Regal.
No, Finlay and Benoit, I've enjoyed. Yeah, it's just a shame that you don't actually get stuff like that on any wrestling shows especially mainstream stuff. Yeah, which is a bit of a pity. Booker T came out.
Yeah, Booker T distracted Chris Benoit, and this looked painful. Finlay did a drop kick. He smacked Chris Benoit's head, and Finlay won by using the tombstone piledriver.
It was a brilliant opener for a good show. The next match was something I wasn't really expecting to be any good. It was Lex Luger versus Bryan Adams. I saw them both come out. I was thinking.
Bryan Adams is pretty good. I liked him as Crush.
I mean, I've never associated Luger being that great anyway, and Bryan Adams, I was a bit the same. I was kind of
Lex Luger is just he's one of those guys you either like him or you don't like him.
This match was someone that I was actually hoping that last night, Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus would have been.
Yeah, they worked over a part of the body, and they didn't stand forever.
I mean, Lex Luger, hasn't he had a lot of issues in life?
Yeah.
Just I don't really know a lot about Lex Luger's past. It
was more after that, and rather not talk about it. It's involving a death of someone.
Oh.
So.
Oh, that's not awkward at all.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make anything all awkward and horrible. And Bryan Adams, I don't really. I mean, he's Bryan. I didn't really know an awful lot about Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams was in this team called Chronic. They returned once to WWE, and that was the end of it.
Very, very short match. I thoroughly enjoyed the. We didn't expect to enjoy it, but enjoyed it.
Lex Luger won with the torture rack.
Oh yeah, tap out. Yeah. Next match was a.
Oh yeah, and there was a good promo by Saturn.
Oh, so there was, yeah.
Saying that, on the match against Goldberg, saying that no member of the flock were going to be in the match involved. It was originally meant to be a gauntlet match. But Saturn didn't want it to be a gauntlet match, so fair enough.
No,
it was a good promo for
good on Saturn for deciding to play fair.
Yeah.
After all, next match was a cruiserweight battle royal with Chris Jericho announcing all these people and doing his stand-up routine where he's saying, he's giving them odds and stuff like that, and. Chris Jericho, good sport. I can't really remember who all came down, but Cyclops won.
Yeah, this guy dressed up as a pumpkin.
It turned out to be Dean Malenko.
And this, the pop that he got, Chris Jericho said in his book, that was the loudest pop he's ever heard.
Chris Jericho, of course, talking to himself in the back.
Yep.
Just with a cup of tea, of course. I mean, if you've got to speak to yourself, you've got to at least have some tea. That's more or less the law.
Yep.
Dean Malenko, the whole story behind all this was Jericho had been making fun of Dean Malenko's family. I think that was...
Yeah, he beat up his brother and stuff.
Jericho was actually... Jericho was really good back then. I mean, the 1,000 holds, and Chris Jericho would be announcing his 1,000 holds, and he'd be...
Yeah, he's 1,004 holds.
Announcing them, and the crowd hated him, which was brilliant.
That is awesome.
Chris Jericho, definitely one of the top, my top favourite heels of WCW. It's a shame I didn't get to see a lot of WCW, growing up, but...
Yeah.
But much better than he is now.
Yeah,
let's face it, Chris Jericho has lost.
Chris Jericho's a bit boring now.
Lost his backbone. He's now got a yellow streak. Now Gordon Ramsay style face, and he's getting a bit better as the days grow on. And Dean Malenko's in WWE, isn't he? Doing
he's training people.
Just Dean Malenko out for revenge. Just to get retribution for all the slander that had been thrown upon him and his family, trying to completely besmirch their name. And Dean Malenko won. Good. Yeah. What did you think of the match?
I enjoyed it. It was a good, quick match. Oh, yeah, Juventud Guerrero was ringside.
Oh, yeah, because they shook hands in this really weird kind of let's stand still. And then... The Juice jumped out. The Juice is hilarious, though.
Yeah.
It's just, did he have some sort of issue with The Rock, or was it just WCW wanting to?
I guess it was just a gimmick that he portrayed, and it was just odd. I like the Juice. Dean Malenko won the Cruiserweight title via Texas Cloverleaf.
The next match was Diamond Dallas Page versus Raven in
a Barry death match. I mispronounced it, but
more or less last man standing match inside a cage.
Yep.
But I called this a battle of the YouTube channels, since they both have YouTubes. I'm funny like that.
Yep.
I'm hilarious. Let's admit that.
And right now. It started off Diamond Dallas Page was getting a bit of offense, then Raven shoved him face first into a bin that was hanging on the corner.
It was a brawl. It was a fight. I mean, it's just because Raven, admits himself that he's not amazing.
He's not a great technical wrestler, but he knows how to wrestle.
He's an awesome promo cutter. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't think I've ever actually.
Don't think you have.
Amazing promo cutter. I mean, I think Raven is probably one of the best promo cutters in the business. That's why I think.
Him and Jake Roberts.
Oh, Jake Roberts was awesome as well. DDP now does yoga.
Yeah, he does this thing called DDP yoga, and I think it actually would probably work.
I found throughout this whole event that the music was relatively generic. The entrances,
but that shows that they didn't really care about the entrance music. It was more about the wrestling, I believe.
I didn't actually think about it like that. I guess so. I mean, but then again, it is Eric Bischoff. He doesn't have the brightest thinking cap on, does he? Even DDP and Raven, and they had the people outside, the bodyguards.
Yeah, they were police escorts with Raven, and two of them was one of them was Billy Kidman, and another one was this bald guy.
Billy Kidman was was in the Battle Royal as well,
and the Flock came out as well. It was attacking. I don't know any of them.
No, it was just a bunch of people I didn't really know, and wish I did.
This guy called Van Hammer came from under the ring.
This giant, massive guy as well.
Yeah, he looks a bit like Ryback if he grew his hair.
Oh yeah. They just came. I thought he was Edge because I'm an idiot. That way, I was like, "Oh, Edge."
Then he was kicked out of the place, ringside.
Raven, what's his Mortis came out and unmasked himself to be Chris Kanyon, handcuffed Raven, and Raven took quite a vicious chair shot where it broke.
Was unprotected.
And it broke. I mean, like, just how Raven at the end, I noticed, was smiling. He laughed a bit. Don't know how you'd be laughing like that. I'd be like,
I think
dead. Be dead.
Oh yeah, during the match, Billy Kidman tried to do like a Hurricanrana. DDP reversed it and did a Diamond Cutter.
Long before Randy Orton did that, and you wouldn't see that in like the stupid kind of that should be highlight of the millennium, as the fans would say these days.
Yeah, DDP won the match with the Diamond Cutter. Of course.
Next match was for custody of Chavo, I believe.
Yeah, Chavo Guerrero's freedom.
With Eddie Guerrero versus Ultimo Dragon, and another good match.
Awesome. This match was truly awesome.
Why doesn't Chavo just not bother to leave anyway? Because he's a grown man.
Yeah.
At least I think he is a grown man.
I'm pretty sure he was at the time. Like has all authority to just be like,
right,
Eddie, I don't really like you. I'm leaving.
Just go home. just be like, oh, I'm done. It was a